India, we need 0.4 Earths. Because they live so simply. So technically, theoretically, scientifically, there is enough resource for everyone, but we need to simplify immensely. And that's mostly the thing is, those of us in the developed world are using all the resources, and those in the more marginalized countries are suffering the consequence. I mean, I'm sure karma plays into that, but if we've got to be careful for how much we use and how lavishly we live, and it's sealing on desires. If we can apply that, I mean, so that's sort of one lens.
Sure.
I mean, population growth is absolutely a driver. Speaking more scientifically, one of the best ways you can manage that is by educating girls.
Sure.
Because the more girls are educated, they don't have kids as much, and it's such an interconnected issue. So there's other social issues, I think, around that. But I think the biggest one for me, and then you look at capitalism and our economic system, it reflects greed. Like, we measure our progress as a country by how much money we make and how much stuff we sell. So for me, like, what I'm personally interested from a work front is how do you shift the economic system. So Bhutan measure their progress with the gross national happiness index. And they've got different measures on well-being. And here we're talking about well-being budgets, and the government recognizes it. But still, the mechanics of how we do business and advertise is geared to make us consume way more than we need. And then you look at Swami's life, and for me, practically, like, clothing is a good example. He wore the same 2 pairs of clothes. Like, each of us could survive if we really wanted on 5 pairs of clothes, and we stitched them like he stitched them. Like, he was an example. And so that's something I think I went last year, a year, with buying one item of clothing with my mother and sister on Diwali. She gets it on, she's like, this thing is so faded. I'm like, but it's fine. You know, like, does the job. And how do we shift our mindset around consumerism, because advertising is bombarding us and making us think we need. The other last thought is, there's some science I read, a psychology study that said advertising works really well on people that are not very self-aware or self-conscious, because it plays to your insecurities and makes you feel I need to look like this or have this car unconsciously to feel enough. But when you feel that sense of enoughness from Swami inside, you don't get interested in buying things. So I think sadhana, actually, as a collective, if we can do that, a system like capitalism can begin to crumble and we won't play into it.